Dubs here, and I'm actually quite annoyed. I really am quite annoyed. Now, I'll first defend myself. You see, I don't mind criticism as long as it's constructive. Really, I encourage it. I think criticism is an art form, okay? Whether it's positive or negative, and I find it very childish with this new term coined called hater, where people defend themselves by saying to someone that's given them a negative opinion, they'll say, "Oh, you're just a hater. You go around hating things." Bullshit. There's no such thing. Okay, nobody goes around hating things. They just happen to dislike what you've done or what you like. Okay, that point done. The most common complaint I'm getting when auditioning for anime, or when my voice is linked to anime, is that I sound too British. Now, I'll tell you why this annoys me. It's because people have this expectation that every anime voice should sound American, just because an anime has a US dub. Now, you don't get people complaining that in a US dub, that the voices sound too American and they need to sound Japanese, do you? It's just winding me up. And like, what are people expecting from British voice actors in the fandom community? What are you expecting from us? Do you want us all to learn how to do an American accent just because we all sound British? Now, I can understand with shows like Hitelia and stuff like that, because that's a nationality-based anime. But when you come across anime where it's not, the character is not about their accent, then I just get really wound up. And in a sense, it's kind of racist. We're the British fandubbers are kind of getting pushed aside. We're told off for having our natural accents being too British. I'm sorry, but it really does wind me up. Not all of us can do an American accent, and I don't think we should be made to have an American accent when performing, because that's the thing. Voice acting is about the performance, about capturing the character. It's not exactly about the accent. I mean, like, you can come across people that can change their accent, but they could still be a very bad actor. That's the thing. Acting is not about changing your voice. Voice acting, yeah, as much as the perception is, it isn't about changing your voice. Okay, I mean, like, you can come across voice actors that don't change their voice, but they manage to pull off a character that reflects what was written for them. So yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it, and there's nothing I can really do about it, to be honest, is there? And I don't want to be made to learn how to do an American accent just so a few people can feel more adjusted to the dubs that they're used to. You see, fan dubbing, it's about having your own take on it. Okay, that's what impresses me about it. That's why I got into the fandub community, because it's a mix of nationalities getting along with each other, not complaining about gender and race and stuff. It's all about the performance, and it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, that I'm coming across more criticism about my natural accent than about my performance. I mean, go ahead and say if one of my performances is crap. Go ahead. I don't mind that, as long as you say it's crap. I think you should do this. I don't mind that. That's criticism, and that's an art form that I think should be encouraged. But I think it's ridiculous. It's like me basically going up and saying, "Oh, your performance was rubbish because you sound American." You know how ridiculous it is? See how it sounds now. Now, I can't exactly go around telling um, fandom communities outside of my country to stop repressing us, but I can simply say this is how I feel. And like, I'd like people to be a bit more sensitive about it and to take into account that not all British fandubbers can do an American accent, and I don't think we should have to. I really don't think we should have to. I mean, like, unless the character is written as his generic character trait is that he's American and that's the joke or something, then sure, I can see a high expectation for that character to sound American. But when it comes to a typical kind of character, where his accent really isn't the point, it's more about the character itself, then I don't think a British fandubber should be left out. As long as he's doing a good performance and he's capturing the character, then I do not think his accent should bloody matter. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, but I can't do anything about it. I just wanted people to know that I cannot help this accent. And I've tried an American accent, but like my American friend says it's absolutely rubbish. So I just don't do an American accent, and I don't tell people that I can do an American accent because I can't. And I don't think I should be enforced to do one. Okay? Because the fandom community isn't about that. It's not all about people joining together to do American accents. It's about people joining together to dub their favourite characters in their own way. Because, look at it this way. If all fandubs were essentially an imitation of the original source material, then we'd all be bored out of our minds. Because it would just be the same exact voice track. And there won't be much of a difference. This is what I find exciting about fandubs, is when I find voices that are their own take. When they have their own take on a character, then I think that's absolutely brilliant because it's completely different. And it distances itself from the original source material in a good way. But yeah, that's all I have to really say. I woke up this morning and I had another complaint saying I was too British. I mean, like, have a think about it. Think about putting 2 before a nationality. Yeah, think about that now. Saying like, if you were, yeah, have a thinking like if that was a common complaint you got, saying like you sound too Indian because someone has an Indian accent. Yeah. See how wrong that sounds, and like you're essentially repressing that actor. It's absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for listening. This has been Toon Dubs.